I'm the gig geezer in Wood Lane. And when I'm out there doing my gig hustle, I'm out there to make some money. I want to help you maximize your gig hustle. On this particular segment, what I want to do is show you actual footage of me out there doing the gig hustle, but also show you screenshots of me multi-apping. It's been my observation that a lot of drivers don't show what they actually do in terms of multi-apping. They usually show a single app for their videos, but I try to keep it real, and that's the way I do things. So on this particular day, I started around 11:45, which is about 30 minutes later than I normally would like to be out there. But I'm also a licensed insurance agent, and therefore I have things that I have to do in that realm as well. So basically, coming out the gate, what I want to do is at least show you a screenshot of what I was looking at in terms of the market, at least my sub-region of my market from DoorDash. The hotspots aren't deep red, and they're pretty sparse. On the lower left one, that's downtown Columbia, South Carolina, which is where I'm at. And then the others are along the I-77 corridor. There are a couple others that are not showing on the screen. Now, first opportunity I got was at about 11:53. So 8 minutes into me being out there, I get one from Honey Baked Ham, $14. Hey, you're not gonna throw that one back. Well, this is actually the first time I'd gone to this location. I'd gone to another location in the Columbia area and had both orders were pretty nice. This particular order took a little while because the guy, for whatever reason, they don't have a DoorDash app tablet waiting to alert them when the orders come in. So I had to wait, which was not a problem for $14 so long as it wasn't forever. As it turned out, I had to wait about 10 minutes and then I was on my way to this particular location. So what I want to do is also show you what are some of the things that the geezer see when he is out there en route to his delivery location, being a multi-apper. And some of the things that I saw on this particular one was an offer from Grubhub, which is going in the opposite direction. That was a pass. I had another one from Grubhub in the opposite direction. That was a pass. Then there's Bite Squad. I had one from Bite Squad, which was along the way, but it didn't meet my threshold of what I would accept. Then I had one from Uber Eats. Now, this one was going in the vicinity of where I was going, but I'd have to turn around and get that one, and there's no way I was going to do that one. Now, the next one was another Bite Squad. Now, the reason why I'm showing Bite Squad is because Bite Squad is full of shit. I mean, you get orders from the entire metropolitan area. This particular order in relation to where I was 25 miles away. Now, you got to be a goddamn thirsty fool if you accept that one, or you just don't know where you're going. And then when you get there, you're going to be mad as hell. The only appealing thing about that, if you were anywhere close to that location, was the fact that the delivery distance was 7 minutes away. Okay, so after that joke of a Bite Squad order, I happened to catch and successfully swipe for an Instacart order at Sam's. Now, Sam's can be a very interesting experience because unlike Costco, things are hard to find. When you ask for help, well, you got to find somebody who actually works there, and people who work there, they have a tendency of not knowing anything and are of no help to you. Well, that Walmart run, or that Sam's run, went relatively smooth. I was able to find all the items, and I was in and out relatively fast. one of the tricks that I have learned after, I guess you'd say, several hundred of these Instacart deliveries is that you take advantage of the self-checkout line whenever it's available. And that's, in my market, it's largely for Public, Sam's, and Kroger. So that's what I do, because then I don't have to deal with somebody who don't know what the hell they're doing. It's all on me. I bag them up the way I would like to have them bag up. I don't have to tell them double up when they don't know how to double up bags or anything like that. But hopefully we're going to try to make it there by 1:15. The goal was to try to be in and out and at the place by 1:15. I don't think so, even though we're going relatively in the same area as the first delivery drop off. In fact, it's probably 5 to 6 minutes away. It's in the subdivision behind the campus of where I was going. Now, as I was about to leave the drop off of the Instacart order, this order came up. It's the Panda Express. You look at it and you say, man, that looks like a little bit of a distance away. Well, you got to know where you're going in order to understand how it appears on the map and all. But the reason why I took it, because it took me back where I really wanted to be. The thing about what I'm doing, I'm trying to connect dots, but that doesn't always happen, and I've already said it. So I took Panda Express, and my intent is to complete this one, because as I'm recording this, I am probably 3 to 5 minutes away from my drop-off location with the Sam's order. And depending on how I drive back, I should be able to get over to Panda Express altogether within about 10 to 12 minutes. That's the goal. That should keep me from being in trouble with Grubhub, because Grubhub, if you're not heading in the direction, you'll start getting these reminders. Hey, you need to be heading in that direction. If not, we're going to take it from you. One thing that I'm hoping for once I get over to this drop-off location, which is by some apartments right next to the freeway off of a feeder road. But what I'm hoping for is that I'll get a notification for an order that I will accept. If that be the case, then I'm starting to connect the dots and stay on pace for my stated goal of $100. And also, between 7 and 9, ideally 8 and 9 deliveries for this first half hustle. All right, so as the geezer embarked on his gamble, going back up in that direction, some other orders came up. One was from Instacart again. It was at a Public, a stacked order, on the low end of range that I would accept for a double stacked order. Then there was, I was even willing to accept a Roadie if it came my way, because I was really still uncertain of what was going to unfold as I drove back in that direction. Then there was this order and pay from a place, but then you look at that map and it's like, oh hell no, I ain't doing that one. I'm not inclined to do an order and pay from that place, but at the same time, it's taking me way to hell in the opposite direction of where I want to be. So, dropped off Panda Express, and then let's see here. Another Grubhub came up. I am now in the apartment complex dropping off this Grubhub order. It's 2 o'clock. It's right at 2 o'clock when I actually picked up the order. And so if we were to do a running tab, the Instacart paid $20.23. The Grubhub, 2 Grubhub orders I've accepted so far have paid $20.46, so that's $40.69. And then you add the DoorDash, that was $14.25, and so we're at $54.69. Now I've got a little bit of a conundrum. I accepted a Grubhub that pays 11 and change, and I also accepted a DoorDash for 11.50. Looking at where they're going and all that, I'm more inclined to go stick with the DoorDash because I'm actually less than 10 minutes away from the DoorDash. I probably be about the same distance from the Grub hub, but one is a pick up and pay, and the other is a pick up and run. And also, that DoorDash one puts me in an area where I'm likely to see more order possibilities. Now, either way, I'm at 5. My goal is anywhere between 7 and 9 orders. Realistically 7 and 9, ideally 8 and 9. And so I'm planning on being out there until about 3:30. Okay, so the geezer is on his way to Outhouse. I know, Outback, but I've always called him Outhouse. And as it turned out, the address that I'm delivering to is a place that I have delivered before. So I think this one is going to be bang bang, because if you show up there a little after the time that you're supposed to be there, most of the time, 51% of the time, the majority of the time, the order is ready and waiting on you. As it turned out, the geezer guessed right on this particular order. This order paid $14, which put me at $68.94 in the first half hustle. Sometimes you just have to go by your instincts. And my instincts, as I'm going to kind of repeat, has been developed over several thousand deliveries and several thousand completed rideshare rides. In poker, they say that your instincts are correct 80% of the time. And I find that to be true even when it comes to the gig hustle. So moving on, what I did was I took what had happened was I considered a Kentucky chicken order for $10. This was a Uber Eats. But when I got in the parking area, I saw that they were 8 deep. And the Kentucky Chicken franchises in the Columbia metropolitan area, all but maybe 2 of them, you have to go through the drive-through. The other 2, you get to go inside and pick them up. Well, I wasn't going to wait 8 deep, which translates in about 20-25 minutes. No way. So I passed. But as a consolation, I happened to get a Papa John. And that Papa John took me in a direction that I was okay with. And then while I was en route there, another Uber Eats came up, and that was for $10 and change. And I really wanted that one. Because it would have got me even a little closer to where I wanted to be numerically. I was already at 7 if I went through with the Uber Eats, but I ended up having to get rid of it because I did not anticipate after school traffic in that particular area. It was hideous. And so what I was able to get in consolation as I returned from delivering the Papa John was a tropical smoothie, which put me at $85.89 for the first half hustle. And these are my closing thoughts at that time. I completed this first half of the hustle in about 3.5 hours. The total amount made was $85.98. I completed 7 orders, 4 DoorDash, 2 Grubhub, and an Instacart. There have been times I've actually done a little bit of everything. I've done Instacart, I've done DoorDash, I've done Grubhub, I've done Uber Eats, and Bite Squad. And I've done about the same. I've done perhaps even better. But $85.98 is not great. It's not bad. This is what I call keeping it close. Keeping it close, relatively within 1.5 orders of hitting the goal of $100 or better per shift. Thank you for checking out this segment of the Gig Geezer. Hopefully the content I've provided in this segment will be of help in your gig hustle. Hey, click that subscribe button so that you can receive notifications of future Gig Geezer segments. Also, hit that like button. And if you have any questions or you'd like to pass useful information on to the Gig Geezer, you can email me at giggeezer3.5@gmail.com. Until next time, I'm Edward Lane, and may your hustle continue.